Our number one thing was like find good people, great people that love hoops. And I am super proud of the staff that we put together. We wanted people that wanted to make it about basketball, but also we spend a ton of time together, and it's very important that we get along. And I think we've got different characters within our staff that makes it fun, and it should be fun. But we know we have a job to do. All of our coaches have coached at a high level. They've got goals that they want to improve on, and they all have roles here that are very impactful. We want to make this an organization and a staff that is about our players first, and if our players aren't getting better, we're not doing our job. And all of our coaches have a history of player development, and that was very important to me. Obviously, Michael and I had a history. I coached him years ago in the D League, which is now obviously the G League.
I started out in Memphis with the Memphis Grizzlies organization. Started with their G League team for the past 5 seasons. But outside of that, I've also helped out with their NBA team a lot as well.
Mike is an up-and-coming coach. He coached in the G League, and I think he's a player's first coach. Mike's main responsibility is defense for us, and as we continue to build this thing, I think you're going to see our defense continue to get better and better.
One thing I hang my hat on is professional habits, helping each player, develop a great routine on and off the court so they can be successful in the game of basketball.
Megan, she's a person that takes great pride in being very detailed, and I think you need that to have a great staff.
I went to one of my first WNBA games in the inaugural season, and I fell in love with it. And I dreamt about being a part of this league ever since I was that age, and was fortunate enough to be drafted out of college. My professional career really was shortened due to some injuries. I really kind of went down a college coaching path, and I coached at 2 different Division II schools for 5 years. And then I took a job in Green Bay, Wisconsin at a Division I school there, and was there for 11 years. Worked my way up to be the associate head coach. And then Nate and I our paths crossed, and one thing led to another, and now thankfully I get to work in the W and for one of the best organizations in the league.
She's in charge of our player development, and she keeps things organized from that standpoint, and player development is a big part of what we do, and she plays a major role in that.
What I love about coaching is the relationship piece with the players. Building that trust, building that friendship, building that rapport so that not only can you help them accomplish the things that they want on the court, but at the end of the day, what are we really here for? And that's really to make an impact, to make our organization the best it can be, but the only way you do that is through trust and relationships.
CC, a lot of times when a new staff comes in, you don't really know where you fit, but CC's got such a great way about her.
My name is Cara Carl, and I'm an assistant coach and video coordinator.
She does a ton of our video, takes great pride in scouting. She does a lot of stuff behind the scenes for me that is needed for the head coach, and I really appreciate everything CC does.
He's allowed me to really thrive, to kind of expand my skill set or the things that I'm doing.
Matt Wilber is a guy that I had history with from South Dakota. He's been a head coach the last 10 years before he decided to come and join the Mercury, and his focus was player development, so he's kind of sat in the seat that I was sitting in for the first time. I got to have some very deep conversations with him that were very important for me, being a first-time head coach again in over 10 years. So very thankful that Matt, took a chance on us. Chevy is another one of our coaches that made the transition from college to pro.
I got to coach at my alma mater, Creighton University. I was there for almost 10 years. The style of play, the kind of history of our program at Creighton, and some of the success we've had there gave me a little confidence to, hit Nate up and kind of inquire about, what they're trying to do here, and it worked out. So that's how I got here.
Chevy's got like this great way about her as far as how to deal with people. She takes a ton of pride in player development, and that's been her main focus. We're super thankful and excited that Chevy's here. One of the first meetings that I had with our staff was We do set the standard for who we want to be and how we want to come in and work every day. And I think we've done that. We have an opportunity for 2 to 4 hours every day to make an impact on our players, and that's our focus.
What Nate does is a super good job of kind of instilling his mindset, which is vibes are important, making sure that people feel good. Music is important. I'm responsible for the playlist a lot of the time. And then just making sure that we care about the person first. I feel like through any season, you're gonna go through ups and downs, and trying to develop relationships with players, I feel like that naturally was something that came easy for me. Everybody believes in what everybody's doing.
We work together in a lot of ways. We definitely meet when we're in season every day just to prepare, to plan. Right now, off-season workouts, we just kind of work together to plan some of the workouts and feed off of each other when we're doing those.
It's easy to collaborate because we're all willing to listen, we're all willing to help, but we're not afraid to ask questions of each other because we know that that person is as invested in us as we are in them. So the fact that we have more people here to help is really fun, because I think we all embody that mindset that Nate really has taught us, as far as just how can we help each other, how can we serve each other, how can we make this organization the best in the W. And so I think just being in the bullpen together, talking, communicating, laughing, being invested in each other's personal lives, I think we genuinely want the best for each other.
The thing that I'm most proud of was our playoff prep. I thought throughout the year we did a good job, but before the playoffs we had a chance to breathe and really dive in together. Before our first game in Minnesota, the discipline, the work ethic got me really excited about the future and what we're trying to build. We were ready for game one because of our assistants and the work that they had done. After that game, I remember going into our coach's office in the hotel, and all of them were in there watching the game. And I was like, you know what, we got a great group. A group that is bought in, and a group that is about our players and trying to push this thing in the right direction. And I'm super thankful for all of them.